Hello guys, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be discussing my 5 dark horse candidates for the Calder Trophy in the 2019-20 season. Now, the amount of fantastic prospects that can make a big impact next season in the NHL is pretty staggering. But which prospects that go under the radar do I think can really compete for the Calder Trophy? Watch till the end to find out. When it comes to the Calder Trophy race for next season in the NHL, I think there's some obvious names out there. Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, Kakko. The obvious names are there, but I think there's a lot of prospects that will have a big impact next season that do kind of go under the radar. And the 5 prospects that I'll discuss in today's video, I think exemplify that. These are the 5 guys that I think go under the radar, but will be competitive for the Calder Trophy next season. And moving into my number 5 dark horse for the Calder Trophy, first going to start with Sam Steele of the Anaheim Ducks. Center, age 21, he was drafted 30th overall back in the 2016 NHL Draft. He had a monster in the AHL with San Diego. Got 53 games played, 20 goals, 21 assists for 41 points. Offensively is dynamic, and if Trevor Zegras wasn't there, he would be the first line center for them in the future. This next season, I think will be a big impact player for Anaheim, and for a team that doesn't score many goals, he'll be a guy that they definitely do rely upon. Now, while I already put up the AHL stats, his NHL stats so far are pretty impressive too. So far in the NHL, has played 22 games, got 6 goals, 5 assists for 11 points. Half a point per game is not bad whatsoever, still has Calder eligibility, and age 21 is primed for a great season with Anaheim. And again, they're a team that with that young core can kind of make a push to the playoffs, and I think Sam Steele will be a big reason why. I'm not sure if he'll get first line minutes behind a guy like Ryan Getzlab, but I think he will get a lot of minutes too, and hopefully on the power play, he can do a lot of damage. And when it comes to potential Calder candidates, I like to look at potential ice time as a big factor. We've seen prospects and rookies who don't get the biggest ice time, not really get the biggest chance at the Calder Trophy, but Sam Steele might get that. He might be able to replace Adam Henrique as the second line center in Anaheim, especially when it comes to the offensive capabilities. But when it comes to Sam Steele, again, ice time is a big factor, but in Anaheim right now, again, a team that I think is prioritizing the youth and that movement right now, I think he'll get a big opportunity as he's one of their best center prospects. And moving on to my number 4 dark horse for the Calder Trophy, I have Alexandre Texier of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Center / left winger, age 19, born in France, which is always a fantastic touch. He was drafted 45th overall back in 2017, and these past couple of years has gone up a little bit slowly in the NHL, but has made his mark so far in the playoffs. With a Columbus team that has lost a lot of talent, Texier coming in for the full season should help them out quite a bit. Now, Texier had a monstrous year, and especially in the Liga, was just brilliant offensively. Played 55 games, getting 14 goals, 27 assists for 41 points. And as a 19-year-old, those stats are super impressive. Played with Columbus in the regular season for 2 games, got 1 goal, which is not bad whatsoever. Was monster versus the Tampa Bay Lightning in the playoffs. He also played in the AHL, got 7 games, 5 goals, 2 assists for 7 points. In the World Championships with Team France, got 7 games played, got 3 points overall. So the offense is certainly there. And for how young he is, he certainly has that talent of being a Calder potential guy. And again, going on the philosophy of ice time, I don't think there's many teams right now that will give more ice time to those younger players than the Columbus Blue Jackets right now. Again, a team that lost Panarin, Duchesne, and all the other guys that ended up leaving in free agency, they're going to have to rely on guys like Alexandre Texier to really strive up to that level, and I think Texier will do that. He's a fantastic young prospect, has a ton of offensive potential, and right now Columbus is looking pretty amazing. Now moving on to my number 3 dark horse candidate for the Calder Trophy, going down to the Detroit Red Wings and Chara Heroes. Left winger, age 23, he went undrafted, but has made his way up into the college ranks and in the NCAA has made a big name for himself. Recently was signed by the Detroit Red Wings in the last couple of months of the season, was great in the NHL when he played, and when it comes to Heroes, while he is an older guy at age 23, he is still eligible for the Calder Trophy, and that's the big thing. In Detroit, should get a lot of ice time and a lot of points. Now, Heroes with Michigan State was just incredible. Played 36 games, got 15 goals, 35 assists for 50 points. In the NHL, Detroit got 10 games towards the end of the season, got 1 goal, 6 assists for 7 points overall. And I think when it comes to the Detroit Red Wings, they're a team that needs guys like Heroes, a young, talented forward that can do a lot of stuff offensively, and for Detroit should get a big opportunity. After somewhat proving himself in 10 games last year, I think he'll get a big sample size with Detroit, and with guys like Dylan Larkin should play fantastic. And while 10 games is a little bit of a short sample size, Heroes in those games, while he was a little bit lucky, was still great offensively. And on a Detroit team that's young, still rebuilding, he'll get some big-time ice time, and I think that's what matters when it comes to him. He's at age 23, again, probably going to be one of the more older rookies in the NHL, but still even that I think will be great offensively, and for a Detroit team that needs goals, he'll be relied upon a lot to rack up those points. Now yes, while college points, especially at his age, are not directly translatable, he's already played 10 NHL games and I think is ready for next season. He's a little bit more of an older rookie, but still even then, I think that'll go to his advantage too, especially offensively. He knows how to tackle defenses, especially at the NHL too, and right now already has a ton of experience. Being a monster on Michigan State, he's learned a lot from the NCAA ranks. I think on Detroit, if they give him that big time opportunity, which I think they will, I think he'll be great for them, and potentially maybe a better rookie than even Philip Zadina. Moving on to my number 2 dark horse candidate for the Calder Trophy, going on to the New Jersey Devils and Jesper Boqvist. Left winger, age 20, who was drafted 36th overall back in the 2017 draft. And when it comes to Boqvist, he's a guy that in this Calder talk especially, I don't think his name gets thrown out as much as he should. And obviously you have Jack Hughes in that team, will be a big time rookie and will get all the attention. But Boqvist is a guy that again, is going under the radar, had an amazing SHL season, and this next year in the NHL, should do a lot of damage. Now, Boqvist just had a lethal year in the SHL. He ended up playing 51 games, getting 13 goals, 22 assists for 35 points. And those are great numbers for a guy that was 19 for a decent chunk of that season. I think when it comes to Boqvist, you'll always have Jack Hughes as that guy that gets the main attention there, and that's completely fine. But I think he's a rookie that'll go under the radar. He's a guy that I think will slot in right into that top 6, potentially in that second line. I think will put up a lot of points too. He's already shown that he can be offensively capable and more than capable in the SHL. I think for him at the NHL level, age 20, that's the next step for his NHL career. And Boqvist is the exact type of player that New Jersey really does need in that lineup. Especially offensively, he's a shifty, but also a skilled guy that can create a lot of creativity on the ice. And when it came to New Jersey, especially last season, while they had a ton of injuries, Boqvist is the type of guy that they really didn't need last season. But this next year, a team that wants to make the playoffs, a team that in that Metro Division wants to be competitive, Jesper Boqvist will be a guy that will be relied upon. But at age 20, I think will take that challenge and put up with it, and do pretty well too. Now moving on to my number 1 dark horse for the NHL Calder Trophy. This might come as a surprise for a few of you, but going to the LA Kings, my number 1 pick is Carl Grundstrom. Right winger, age 21, drafted 57th overall by the Toronto back in the 2016 NHL draft. And Carl Grundstrom to me is just super underrated, especially as a prospect right now. Now while I don't think he'll win the Calder Trophy, I think he'll be one of the best rookies next season. On a team like LA that needs goal scoring, he's already shown to bring that, and with a lot more ice time, I think will be amazing for them. Now after getting traded from the Toronto Maple Leafs to the LA Kings, Grundstrom played in both the AHL and the NHL system. First starting out with Ontario, got 13 games played, 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points, which in the AHL is pretty solid, especially on a new team. He also played on the LA Kings, made quite a good impression too. 15 games with the Kings, got 5 goals, 1 assist for 6 points. I think when it comes to Grundstrom, especially on a team like LA, I think they might be the worst team in the NHL next season, but I think Grundstrom is going to be one of the few bright spots, and I think he's going to be a very big bright spot. A guy that I think, again, will get a big amount of ice time. A guy that they'll have to rely on offensively, but he already has the skill, is one of their best prospects right now. I think will get a big time opportunity on a team that, quite frankly, has nothing to lose. Now obviously saying Grundstrom will be in the Calder contention is a little bit of a hot take, but I will stand by it. And there's no other team to give a guy like that the ice time that he deserves than a team like the LA Kings, a team that has so many spots to go with, a team that might be trying to give him more salary in this offseason. They're a type of team, again, to give Grundstrom the time and the patience that he deserves. And this next season at age 21, he's starting to get into the prime of his career. He's still a young prospect, but I think next season will be a big-time player and one of LA's only goal scorers. Now that we're done with my top 5 dark horse candidates, I also wanted to give out 3 different guys that just missed my top 5, but I think will be dark horse candidates for the Calder next season. Starting off the St. Louis Blues and Jordan Kyrou, I have always been a fan of what he's bringing. I think he's a fantastic prospect. And for the St. Louis Blues, took a little bit of a step back this past season, but I think we'll get a full-time roster spot next season, and hopefully for St. Louis will do some damage. I think he'll have the same type of effect that Robert Thomas had this past season. Maybe not as good, but still very good at that, especially offensively. Moving on to my second honorable mention for the Calder Trophy, I have Tyler Benson of the Edmonton Oilers, a guy that I'm hoping for Edmonton they actually do use next season. He's a scoring winger, which is basically all they need right now, and can do a lot for them. One of their most valuable prospects right now. Had a monstrous AHL season, better than anybody really expected, but hopefully for the Edmonton Oilers, and him especially, he will be good next season. But he has a talent right now, and I'm hoping that he gets the NHL call-up. Moving on to my third and final honorable mention for the Calder Trophy, going to the bunch of jerks and the Carolina Hurricanes, I have Jani Kukkonen. He's a left winger / center, age 21. He has just been a beast in the AHL this past year. Played 48 games for Charlotte and got 38 points. I think when it comes to Kukkonen, again, it does depend on ice time. Carolina is a team that offensively has gotten better in the past year, so I don't know if he'll get the biggest ice time compared to some other players, but for the bunch of jerks, he's one of their better prospects and one of the most underrated prospects right now in the NHL. But of course, with this video, I need to hear your guys' thoughts down in those comments down below. So let me know, what do you think about my top 5 dark horse candidates for the Calder Trophy? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know. And of course, the big question on to you. If you had to pick one prospect for a dark horse candidate, who would it be and why? Let me know down in those comments down below. But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you should click on this card right here to watch my video on my top 50 NHL prospects from 50 all the way down to 1. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down your thoughts on my top 5 dark horse for the Calder Trophy, what you agree and disagree with. I've been Nathan, right now I'm on vacation in this nice little patio area. But I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.